Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Vibing with Sleezy, the podcast. This is season 3, episode actually 5. Yeah, which is I had to think about it because it's a two-parter. But yes, this is episode 5, and I am coming live from Nashville, Tennessee. I have a very special guest. My special guest is Miss Hannah Hall, and we are going to be talking about all kinds of things. We're actually recording outside. This is my first time doing a outside recording, but she has a really nice patio and the breeze is feeling good, and it's a good spot to record. So Hannah, she is a big fan of electronic music. She does into DJs, into all kinds of things, and we're going to talk about a wide range of stuff: music, festivals, shows that she's been to. So Hannah, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So I appreciate you being on, and I know I kind of hit you in the spot with a few weeks ago. I came down to Nashville for SummerSlam, the wrestling pay-per-view that was in Nashville. And so I hit up Hannah. I knew that she had moved here recently. And so we went to ML Rose, a great spot for nachos. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that usually your go-to, nachos at ML Rose?
It has become my go-to.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much food and food culture here, but I keep seeming to go back there.
Yeah, I mean, it's
nachos and beer every time.
Yeah, it's something good about ML Rose. It's like it's a really chill spot. They got great beers. They had a 2-for-1 special yesterday when we went, and it's like you can't go wrong with that. And we came in at perfect timing. It was like, 2-for-1s, sign me up all day. I'm all about that. So basically, I saw Hannah at SummerSlam. We talked to her. I was like, I definitely got to have her on the podcast. Like I said, I think has really cool like musical taste. Like she's really big on like going out and do stuff, festivals, concert. But we'll talk about a wide range of things. So Hannah, I want to ask you. So what is your favorite music? Talk to me about that.
Definitely electronic music. It's my go-to. It's what I listen to pretty much every day on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
But there's such a wide range of like sub-genres of electronic that it can be any kind of mood. I mean, you can have like more chill, or you can have real upbeat. Whatever mood you're in, you can find it. Matches.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I'll be honest, you've kind of opened me up to that culture, that music, because I've listened to it, I've heard it at festivals, but I have never really been to a show or been to a concert to actually like see that. And so we actually went to Troy Boy on Friday, which was really cool.
Yeah,
and
it was so awesome.
Yeah, and Hannah had actually sent me the music like a couple weeks back, and I listened to it and I got into it, and like, yeah, I'm always down to try something new, listen to something new, and it was cool. And then we get there, and it was just like, it was a fucking blast. It was on top of a sky roof in Nashville. They call it what, Sky Deck?
Sky Deck.
Yeah.
Assembly Food Hall.
Yeah, and the Assembly Food Hall is incredible. I've been on this big rotisserie chicken kick, so shout out to rotisserie chicken. I really been eating it a lot lately. I don't know what it is. Like in Louisville, there's a place called Carlisle's, and I eat the shit out of it. But we went to Assembly before the show, and we got hot rotisserie chicken. It was in the corner of Assembly, and
good.
Yeah, it was so good. And there was nobody around, and they made their own barbecue sauce. So we got a big plate. We sat at the bar. But yeah, we went into Troy Boy, and there was shows before, like performers before, which were incredible, and just the vibe, the energy, and I just thought the weather, it was just perfect. And you're outside, you're on top of a roof, you're right off Broadway in downtown Nashville, and it like, I don't know what it was, but it's like me and Hannah just had it perfect, where we just drove straight down and then fucking parked, walked in. It did not seem like any issue. It was just boop boop, and then we're there. And so
very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth. So downtown Nashville's really changed. What are your thoughts on downtown Nashville?
Oh, I have mixed feelings for it. Yeah. My scene is definitely not Broadway, that's for sure.
Oh yeah,
it's very overwhelming for me, seeing that many people and that many lights and all the music coming at you in all different directions. It's a little too overwhelming. So I just like to really stick to like the shows, just a show at a venue, go there, bounce. I do like going to like bars or like restaurants, but more in like the different, I guess, suburbs of Nashville. So like Berry Hill and East Nashville. I'm starting to kind of learn where those areas are, and really like exploring out there more than I do downtown.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool. And I think it's awesome that you're exploring a new city and you're really taking it on. And like, you know, I know you're still learning. You've told me that. And we took a couple different routes this weekend and just going downtown or going to different places. So Nashville's a big city and there's definitely a lot of stuff growing. I have mixed emotions too, just because I lived here 10 years ago and I feel like it's just so different now. It's just a whole different animal.
My sister says the same thing because she lived here like 10 years ago, a couple different times, but she says it's just completely different now, and she doesn't even know her way around anymore. It's very socially overwhelming for her too.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of it looks the same, and like I said, we're driving down some of the roads. I'm like, yo, I remember going there. I bowled there. I did that. But then some places, I'm like, holy shit, what is that? Like that's brand new. So that shit like always blows my mind. So basically, you know, talking about the music that you like. What are some of the favorite artists that you do like? I think we talked about that Friday a little bit. So who you've been really listening to lately from that genre?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I've really like even dove deeper into the genre since I guess in the last like year or 2 years, 3 years or so. Some of my favorites are definitely like some house artists that are like Cascade. Let's see, Chris Lake, who's going to be here next week for Deep Tropics. And then you look at like Troy Boy, that's like the trap kind of more bass music. Zed's Dead is definitely a huge favorite. They always come out with bangers, always. Oh my gosh, the list just goes on. Another favorite I'm going to get to see at Halloween in October is Closey. She's a badass. She is actually one I discovered over COVID, so like over 2020. Like you know, music was something that got me through a lot of that, having to be at home all the time and not really have socializing anymore, going out to music shows and stuff. So she was one of the artists that I kind of discovered, along with another favorite called LS Dream. Killer. He's absolutely.
It's a cool name.
He's very, very talented. He's amazing too live. He's really all about connecting with his audience and like the people who are listening, and really taking in the music on like a very spiritual level too. So some of his, like I get chills talking about it. It's beautiful music. But those are two artists that I really just dove into over 2020. And again, Closey's kind of more, I don't even know what subgenre she would be, but she's got very kind of tropical chill vibes, and then like real good like mellow beats, and then she can kick it up a few notches too. But she's very talented.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think the reason I wanted to really talk to you, because like I said, I think you're an awesome person, you're an interesting person, but I thought, it's something I like to learn with this show, being a host. And so I think it's something I'm definitely learning, and I think it's cool, and I'm definitely kind of diving more into it. And it's not only a cool genre, but it's a cool culture, like you said. And so what kind of brought you into it? What got you into it?
The culture itself, oh my gosh, it's such a loving culture. There's you can never, you can go to places and go to festivals, have bad experiences, but like it's like the hype that is there, the energy, everybody's just loves everybody. And you can go to a festival and just be whoever you want to be. Dress up however you want to dress up, wear everything or wear nothing almost. And people are just like, that's cool. We're all here together to enjoy this music and just love. So I don't know, I got into the music definitely like a long time ago. I think my first electronic show was, this one's a little bit of a sticky subject now, but Bass Nectar. Before he got really big and famous and before he became a creep. We don't like him anymore, but he was at a place called Valerium at the time in Knoxville, which was one of our like independent venues that no longer exist, RIP. But
why did it go away?
They had some laws change with like liquor and food. like the ratio scales.
So they couldn't survive.
So they couldn't survive with it. Yeah, especially with like how many times they were only open, like for specific.
And that's
shows.
frustrating because you really wish that a city would kind of help a performance venue at that,
yeah,
because
totally.
that's what you really need, because people need entertainment.
Yeah.
To like stay there.
Yeah, exactly. So they ended up getting a venue right next door. It was just a little bit smaller, called Concourse. I'm not really sure what happened with that. I think it's something to do with maybe the building got sold or something. But they ended up relocating to another part of Knoxville. The Concourse did, into an older building that had been many different things, like a Kmart or a grocery store, but then also like a shoe factory. So it's like has some history to it. Ended up opening a venue there, and now it is a killer venue. And one of our Knoxville's music production called Midnight Voyage came back on live too, or started coming back into the scene after COVID and stuff. And now they're starting to book really good shows.
Yeah, awesome.
Which is kind of funny. It's like Sally and I wanted to move down here. One of the reasons was for the music and the music scene, and then Knoxville starts booking all these great shows after we leave. I'm like, okay. But it's cool because those artists are actually here too, and if not more. I mean, constantly. But
and it's good to it's good for, I guess, that youth and the people that are still in Knoxville to kind of experience that. And and it's good too if you ever did go back. It's like, you're seeing it's happening. And so do you feel like in Knoxville, I mean, we know Nashville is Music City, and they try to touch on all genres here with bookings and gigs and clubs, but do you feel like Knoxville was ever like you said, they're getting caught up now, but were they behind with it, or were like people really into that music? Were you one of the rarities?
I think that the culture is just not as big there. I mean, because Knoxville has all different types of music come through. I mean, there's really cool music festivals, but they're real small, like different types of music festivals. I mean, they have lots of cultural festivals as well, but I feel like it was just kind of, the scene is not as prevalent there. It's starting to become more, but it's kind of been slow and up and coming
here and there.
But but that's kind of how Knoxville is. Things tend to fluctuate a lot. Open, close, like business wise and stuff. So that's kind of how it seems like it's been fluctuates.
Kind of small town too. That can happen.
Yeah.
And do you feel like what would you say is like your favorite concert you've ever been to?
Oh my gosh. Well, most recently I went to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes. So you're wearing the shirt. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was an amazing show. They're so great. So good live. If you ever get the chance to see them, highly recommend.
Yeah, I've seen them twice. They're unbelievable.
Fantastic. Yeah.
They are probably top 5 best performers of all time. I mean, they just know what they're doing.
Yeah. My next favorite is Snoop Dogg. That was by far one of my favorites, because my sister and I went down to see him in Atlanta, like December in 2019, so just before COVID and stuff. And he was just amazing. He just is up there, he's doing his thing with his weed, smoking his big light and
stripper poles,
hot strippers, everything. And just starts passing out all these smokes out to the crowd, and the whole place is just lit up. And there's a cop standing in the corner. He's watching, but he's also like totally like, getting secondhand high. He's just like, this is fine. As long as nobody, hurts anybody, we're good.
He's like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I'm not gonna be. I can't be that guy. I can't be that guy.
Yeah, like I can't stop Snoop. Like, he's the man.
Like, I would not want to be that guy either. That like just try to shut down the concert, and then you're driving home. You're like, fuck, what did I just do? Like, I just shut down Snoop. Like, and plus it's like Snoop should just have a pass. Like, of all people, he should have a pass, like from the government or somewhere. He can do wherever the fuck he wants. Like because you're not gonna get the full Snoop effect unless you have Snoop high. And so Snoop was awesome. I saw him at the Palace in Louisville around the same time before. You actually saw him a few months before. I think I saw him literally like the week before COVID really became an announcement. And I just remember there was this upstairs floor area where there's like a bar, and he had Skittles and like a bunch of candy. And it was like Snoop had these like candy little stand things. And you go in there and fill up a little bowl and shit. I don't know. They had this at our venue. I don't know what was going on. I was like,
I think that's just like
cool.
one stoner looking out for another.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. This is the way to make a concert make you feel like welcome, because I love candy and just seeing Snoop's candy.
Yeah.
And then he had just so many different kinds. There's like some like fondue.
That's fucking dope.
Fondue.
I wonder if that was at our show and we just missed it.
It was like, so when I worked at Leo the paper, they like we hook you up with these tickets and you just go. But I would like try to go early and explore the whole venue. And I just found like in this like big room, and I was like, walk over there and just make myself a little plate, got some fondue. It says like Snoop's treats, and I'm like, nice. Maybe this is theme of the venue. I'm like, whoever did it, shout out to you, because I hit the can. I mean, I don't want to sugar fucking high though. I'm like eating fucking Kit Kats and shit, and like I just remember I was like, this is so fucking lit, and it was just the vibe was cool, and he's just like a living legend. Like I'm really big like you on concerts and like and just love going to them. And I don't know, it's just there's always a fun experience. There's always something different, and you're always just like, I don't know, you can see the same act, but it's different each time. It's just the way even the of course the chart lists or song lists of like how they're gonna do it, but it's just they can bring different energy and shit like that.
Yeah, that was I saw Troy Boy at Forecastle this year, but it was not the same. I mean, his set list was different, but I feel like at a festival though, artists tend to really blend their music a lot and kind of go song after song, I guess, like beginning to end. So at Forecastle, I don't not remember him. It just wasn't a super memorable show as much as Friday night was, or that one was just killer.
Oh, it was unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, I just to be on a roof and then you just come around. And that's the other thing that's crazy about that venue is like the fucking Batman buildings right there at the top of the round.
The bubbles too. They have a massive bubble machine, and you just look up and there's just bubbles everywhere, and like
everything was purple, lasers, and like the lasers, I couldn't believe where they're shooting from. I mean, I was blown away.
Every corner.
Yeah, every corner there's a laser. I'm like looking up, I'm like laser here, laser there, laser everywhere. Yeah. But so have you ever been to a concert where you were just disappointed?
Oh yeah, totally.
Really?
Yeah. First one that comes to my mind is oh my gosh. Now I'm drawing a blank on their name, and it's two dudes that are DJs, and they have some good like recorded songs. And I saw them once in Knoxville. Show was terrible. They were just too fucked up to play. Like they had they like stopped their music in the middle of the show and were like, oh no, we have sound problems. Oh, like okay, but so then like so many months later, I went to Imagine Fest in 2017, and they were playing there again. And I was like, all right, I'll give them a second chance, even though they were horrible. Same fucking thing. I'm not kidding. Same thing. They were so like fucked up. They couldn't play their music right. And then they had fucking sound problems.
Of course.
I'm like, I think you guys just suck.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a
very disappointed in that.
This doesn't seem like something that just happens, like that can't happen at every show either. Like, come on.
No. It's gonna kill me if I don't find what their name is, but it's not
Suicide Boys, is it?
No, but I've kind of heard mixed things about them. I'm looking for it here. Hippie Sabotage.
Okay.
Hippie Sabotage. Really good recorded music, terrible live.
Okay. Yeah. I will say I've been to a few shows, probably I'm trying to think if I could say like really like worse, but I don't know, like Gnarls Barkley, that's probably the worst show I've ever seen in my life. Saw them in Cincinnati. They opened up for the Chili Peppers, and literally people were like booing by like song 8 because it was just no one could understand what's going on. They were in costume. Yeah, like and CeeLo has a lot of hits. He's a Goody Mob. He's been solo, and Danger Mouse was there. Like they had the whole band, but you just couldn't understand anything he was saying. He's like,
I hate that.
And then
I feel like that's really unfortunately hit or miss in a lot of maybe not just rap music, but really like where they're just speaking or singing lyrics too, more so than electronic can be. I don't know. I guess different in that way, but
when things hit in, or when things like on electronic music where it just like hits that it starts hitting, so I feel like it kind of all flows together.
Well, and I saw Tyler the Creator at Forecastle as well, I didn't watch his whole show. It was like where I caught the end. He was a headliner, so he was one of the last, to finish for the night. But I just was not impressed at all. He was just in the mic, like yelling, like you can't understand what he's saying. He's loud, so loud that I'm very far, like 200 yards away from the stage at least, like way all the way back to where the merch tents are and stuff. And he's hurting my ears. Like he's so loud on the mic, and I just wasn't impressed. And I've had a few of those types of shows, like I think Gucci Mane maybe as well at Music Midtown Festival. Same experience.
See, I saw him at Bonnaroo, and I had to stand back pretty far, but I was rolling on my mind. I was having a good time, and I'm just bouncing, and I'm just over there, and I'm just like, I thought about it though. If I was probably closer, it probably would have been the best experience. But I could hear stuff, and like, but yeah, like Gnarls, like the thing about Gnarls Barkley, I said, couldn't understand that. And what sucks is it's like you sit there and you think to yourself, like you get kind of scared. You're like, oh fuck. Like the opening act sounds like that. What's the main act sound like? Is it the venue? Then the Chili Peppers come out perfect. Fucking hear every word. It's like, come on. Like you got to kind of, realize like this is what it sounds like. But yeah, you really can have a bad experience sometimes where you can have just the best experience of your life. It's just really hit or miss. But who are a few acts that you would want to see that you haven't seen yet?
Oh, I have some very, very large bucket list people. So Cascade is obviously one for me, huge. Zed's Dead, have not seen them. Let's see. Oh my gosh, actually the lineup for Imagine Festival this year pretty much has everybody that I want to see ever. And I don't think I'm going to get to make it just because I've got 2 more festivals right before that. And it's just, it's really
a lot.
Too much. Yeah, back to back money-wise and just taking off work. Grizz is one. Oh my gosh, I love him. I follow him on social media. He is probably the sweetest, most loving guy ever out there. I mean, he's like just spreads love like none other. He's so cute and so funny. And he's a freaking partier. I mean, he just throws down at all of his shows. Another one is called, Ganja White Night. He's real wubby.
That's a dope name.
Yeah, so that's kind of a more of like a dub, not super dubstep. So I feel like people really tie dubstep to EDM specifically, and then when they hear EDM, they're like, "Oh, you mean like that? Wow, headbanging stuff." Not at all. So I'm not a headbanger. Like Excision is a really big name for headbanging. And he is good because he can play all different types of electronic, but he's more of that real heavy bass. Yeah. So that's not really my favorite. So, but again, Ganja White Night is kind of a little more of a milder tone down of that. Subtronics is really awesome. Let's see. San Holo is one actually that I've seen. I saw him here in Nashville earlier this year. He's so fun, very cute. He does live sets, and he's a multi performing artist. So he has this DJ set and plays the guitar at the same time.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, he's really awesome. Very fun. Puts on good shows. Man, there's lots of good ones, especially next weekend. Deep Tropics. I'm excited for that one. Yeah,
that's so cool that festival's coming to Nashville, and I know you're really amped up. A lot of people are, and that's awesome. And it's just cool too that like every weekend there is music coming. Some of the acts that I feel like I've seen a lot of my hip hop acts that I've really wanted to see. There's really not anybody even really I would even say real new school that I want to see. But I might want to see maybe Lil Baby when it comes to rap. I think he would be really
good. Actually, live. Yeah.
And I've always I haven't been able to see him at a festival or concert, but I've seen a lot of people. I've seen him. I've seen Post Malone was somebody I always wanted to see here recently.
Oh, he's awesome.
I thought he's unbelievable.
I saw him at Music Midtown, and he's so sweet, and he just has the crowd going and amped with him, and has you singing. He's really fun.
He just feels like he's also just makes you feel down to earth. He makes you just feel like he's vibing with you, and he's just the same person. So I'm a really big fan. Love his music, and then I don't know, saw Jay-Z down here, saw Wale, saw J. Cole. Kendrick I've seen. So Kendrick, a lot of the rap acts.
I've seen him too. He puts on a great show.
He's unbelievable. I mean, he's really talented, and got to see him like kind of earlier in his career, which I was happy about. But I don't know. I would say though, like I'm not a big country fan at all, but someone that I always really want to see is Willie Nelson. I've never seen him live, and I would like to see him live just one time.
Those country classics, I would definitely go see live. I'm not a huge country fan myself either, especially like pop country. And
no.
Like I saw
road country they call it and shit like that. Yeah.
I would do like Brooks and Dunn or Kenny Chesney.
Maria. Yeah. Brooks and Dunn have some bangers. Like Neon Moon was a banger. Like I mean they had some hits. I mean they really did.
McGraw, no, not Tim McGraw. Who am I thinking of? Was it Friends in Low Places?
Oh, Garth Brooks.
Yes, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's I have one karaoke song. I don't do karaoke. I'm not a singer. I love singing, by myself or whatever. But my one karaoke song is "Friends in Low Places."
Oh, I love that song. I love karaoke in general. Like karaoke, to me, it just brings out another animal in me. Like, and I try to go to like different genres. Like I'll be like, okay, I usually have like a startup. I'll hit the crowd with like some Sweet Caroline or the Real Slim Shady, and then it's just like
some Taylor Swift.
Oh, I'll bust out. I'll literally look at a table. If I've had like 2 drinks or I'm feeling good, I'll be like, hey, well, y'all want to hear like what's going on? And I'm like, I go up there and I'm like, and I'm just getting into it, and like they're any genre, I just love it. Like karaoke is just, it brings a new animal out.
Well, you're also a performer too, though, so that kind of seems like that's your natural state there.
I've had a few bad karaoke experiences actually in Nashville when I lived here. I used to DJ, and Loser's Bar, I would do karaoke DJ, and I swear I went through so many lights. Like people just get really wasted and fall through the lights or like different things, and you'd have to like throw them out, and just I don't know. Some people just can't handle their karaoke in their booths, and I'm just like, and then some people, you're right, do not need to be up on the stage.
Like, a little sloppy. So I've heard that there is this bar in Nashville here that I actually really do want to go to. It is a karaoke animatronics bar, and so
Wild Beaver.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah,
it's downtown.
It has a bull, and you can sing it. Yeah, I've done the
karaoke. We drove by it, or we walked by it the other day, my sister and I, and was like, "Oh my god, it's the Wild Beaver!" And they're like, "I think that's the animatronics bar." And we like peeked in. It was too wild. It was like a Tuesday night. I was like, I can't do that. I'm trying to go to bed here soon. But yeah, that's like, I really just want to go because I don't know, something about animatronics. It's so weird, and I love it.
Maybe that's different. Are you saying that's animatronics, like everybody's animatronics? Like,
no, like you have a backup band. Like when you get up on stage to do your karaoke, your backup
I believe
band
that is it.
The animatronics, like Chuck E. Cheese.
I think that is it. Yeah, I think that was because I remember going somewhere where there was like a bull and they had karaoke.
Yeah, they have a bull in there. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that would be so awesome. Yeah, I remember doing karaoke. I believe I did karaoke there because it was Jama's wedding, and we went out because the Wild Beaver was at the one time was close to Sbarro, and you would walk past Sbarro Pizza that used to be there. I love Sbarro.
We did walk by that, and it's closed because
Sbarro's closed.
Yeah, we walked by it, and I made a
rest
comment.
in peace to Sbarro.
I made a comment about how Michael from The Office is in New York, and he's like, I'm gonna get a genuine slice of pizza, and they ban it on Sbarro. So like, look at this New York pizza place here in Nashville.
I'll be honest, I have had a many drunken nights where I went to that Sbarro, and I just remember I had the little neon light on, it was on, and then you get the pizza, and here's the thing, Sbarro, they have all these fucking pizza and choices, and you're like, oh shit, like they got a pretzel thing, they got like this thing, they got this thing filled with what, or like, oh, this slice is big as my head, and then out of nowhere you're ready, like you're hungry, and then they're like, hey, give me like 12 minutes. And they like throw that fucker in the oven, like they grab it, and I'm like, you gotta reheat it, and then it comes out real crispy, but it's so good. And then oh god, I need Sbarro in my life now. Like, it's bringing memories.
Got me thinking about it. My go-to is just a big sliced pepperoni pizza.
I love Supreme Pizza. Like, I love a good slice. There's a place that just was built by my house in Louisville called Mill and Tony, and it's like literally an old Wendy's, and it was like, I thought it was gonna be fast food Italian or something. No, it is like legit Italian. I go get a pizza, and it's as big as my head. Like, it's like the slice was that big. One slice, like $5.95, and you get Supreme like this big. It fills you up for a day. Their Mexican pizza, unbelievable. It's like just good Taco Bell. They love the toppings. There's like jalapenos on there, like the beef and
that's awesome.
chorizo.
That sounds
and
amazing.
so and did you get to talk about I know, like I said, and the thing about this podcast too is like we talk about so many random things, and that's what I love about this show. So with the Mexican pizza, did you get to dive into that Taco Bell?
I did.
What'd you think?
It was good.
Did it bring back to what you experienced before it had went away?
To be honest, I don't know that I really ever ate a lot of Mexican pizza.
So you ate that Mexican pizza for clout.
Yeah. I was like, I need to see what all this is about. And then I was like, okay, I get it.
How'd you do it though? Did you eat it dry, or did you put some sauce on it, or what how was your thoughts?
Oh, it was very messy.
Oh,
it was very messy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just, fill it with some mild sauce and.
You're a more mild sauce person?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You ever go fire?
No.
I like fire. I like fire, but
mild gets my sinuses clear enough for Taco Bell sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, and Taco Bell sauce they sell at the store now, which is pretty cool. But the Diablo is way too hot. It's like
I think they need to bring back Verde.
Verde was good, and it's a cool little green pack, like a little bag. And remember they had like they had a lot of different colors. Like I remember one time it was real simple times. It was like mild, hot, Verde.
Yeah.
And then you had, and then, I just learned this, and maybe I'm new to the Taco Bell game, which I'm not. I've ate it my whole fucking life, but I just discovered they have black beans and rice, like a little mixture.
Yeah, I feel
it's
like
fucking
that's
fire.
Kind of new, though.
Oh, it's so good.
It is really good.
Get a couple tacos, get a little beans and rice, maybe scoop some.
They brought back the potatoes too, didn't they? Like the Fiesta potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that Taco Bell could work on is their desserts. They only had those Cinnabon balls.
Yeah,
and those are hit or miss.
They are.
Yeah.
You gotta be feel like a real sweet tooth move for them.
Yeah, and
super sweet.
And if it's not filled with icing, you're just eating a dough ball. And you're like, this is not really what I wanted. Like I could have went to the gas station and got a peppermint patty.
Sour candy than that if I'm gonna do all that sugar in my teeth.
So you had a watermelon, little Sour Patch candies thing I noticed over the weekend. So what are those? What were those?
Those are Sour Patch, like watermelons.
Oh, they were good. Yeah,
that is my jam is sour candy.
And I brought it up to you when we had taken there's a so I came down here to visit Hannah this weekend, and there is a Camp Bow Wow where we took her we took her dog. She's gonna be boarding up her dog when she goes to a festival, and we ended up going and checking out the facility. And so a lot of dogs. You actually can watch the webcams. We watched the webcam before this episode, and it's really cool. There's like a little slide. Yeah, and they have different behaviors.
Just all wandering around like do. Oh, just kind of some are chilling, some are napping.
Yeah, they're kind of confused why they're there, but they're like, fuck it, I gotta accept it. And what's funny is Stella, she's 12, and right now she's actually sitting here to the left of me. She's just looking off, and she's chilling. She's living her best life, and she's an awesome dog, really sweet. And so we took her out there, and we go inside the main little lobby area, and it was so cute. She just goes straight in front of the water fountain, kind of hides, like just chilling, like hide in the corner, like
sure about it.
Yeah, where am I at? I've seen a couple dogs pop in. What's the deal? But no, Camp Bow Wow's definitely shout out to them. Maybe they'll sponsor this episode, but not they. But it was really cool that they take it really serious, like, and we end up going to Farmer Supply afterwards to get some stuff.
To get her a Bordetella shot.
Yeah,
I thought we had already, but it wasn't on there. So.
Mm-hmm. And I thought that was cool going in there. Like you can bring your animal, a little refrigerated section, and then we just thought about it. It was like a good idea. You can almost get your vaccines now at the place and just do it yourself.
Oh yeah, much cheaper. Too.
Yeah, and then
they're like double the price at the vet, plus the office visit on top of that. So like you leave the vet's $120, $150 that day. For 3 shots.
You just got to figure out kind of what to do about the, I guess you would say, like the records, keeping the records with it.
I need to figure out what they want from that. If they want like a picture of the receipt or what it is. Yeah, that is a good point. But
they have like a really cool outdoor.
I might start doing it if I can figure out how to keep up with the records. Like. Do it myself. And
then that'd be cool to even put on your resume. Like, hey, I do this shit too.
Professional dog shot giver.
Yeah. Hey, you can sort of hustle with that. Like seriously, it'll be like, hey, come by and by. I'll get it done. Sign off.
I feel like that's illegal.
It might be.
I
might be fake that.
Like,
do not
like,
do this. Wait.
not
I do want that sponsorship. Can't Bow Wow. Please realize I wasn't talking about legal stuff. That was just a theory. But no, but yeah, no, that could be illegal. But that would still be a cool hustle. Like you just be like, hey, come on over. Boop.
Yeah.
And smoke one, chill, roll out. You're like, ring the next dog. You're just a vet expert. But yeah, so we found out too, this Tractor Supply, I keep calling it Farmer Supply. Farmer tractor, same thing, tomato. And basically they have chickens, little baby chicks. And I was looking for them. We found this guy out there unloading bags of hay and soil. And I was like, where are them baby chicks at? He's like, only at our Murfreesboro stores, sir. He's like, it's seasonal. And we don't have them here in house. So you got to go to Murfreesboro. I looked at you. I was like, yeah, we're not going to Murfreesboro. Yeah, we're like,
sorry.
So we went and we got the vaccine. But yeah, it's just really cool that they have that at the place. And that place has so much shit.
Different stuff there. It's like going to Hobby Lobby almost.
And you get
farmers. You can get all your farming supply, but also get your toys, get your dog supply, your cat supply, your bird feed, and your gardening, and then your puppets, your finger puppets, and your harmonica, and
your dinosaurs,
mini guitar, and your dinosaur figures. And
I thought about it. Like how many farmers have gone home on like a Friday from a long hard day, and they're like, Henry, what you get today in school? And little Henry goes, Papa, I got a couple A's in math and geography. We're going to the Tractor Supply store in the morning. Yeah. You're getting 2 dinosaurs.
2 toys.
You get a Stegosaurus. You get a Stegosaurus and a Brontosaurus, and then whatever else you want.
I mean, I'm not mad about that. I would. That's a good reward.
That would be cool though.
Yeah.
Do you ever like? That's how my brain works. I picture fake scenario stories of like that happening, and I'm like, that happens sometime. I don't know when.
Totally.
But somebody went home and was like, "What's your grades, Henry? A+ geography and math. Can I get them dinosaurs? Yep, we're going to the Tractor Supply store tomorrow. You might even get a baby chick. What's that?
Totally.
What's that English grade? B. Okay, no baby chick this month. Maybe next month. Get it up. Get it up today.
Yeah, I would love to have a baby chick. My sister had a duck when we were kids. That's I don't really remember it. I don't know if I don't even know that I was alive, but I just know she had a pet duck.
What would the duck's name be? What was it? What would you name your duck?
She named it something very basic. It was like Mr. Quack or something like that. Mr. Quackers.
Would you go basic with it?
I named him Quackers.
I would probably name him Mr. Bill.
Mm-hmm. And then tell everybody cool. what
your
what
joke.
Said.
Yeah, your joke. So, by the way, Hannah has fire ass jokes. She'd be dropping
in my back pocket all day, every day.
She'd be dropping these one like there'd be days like she'll text me a joke and I might not be able to look at my phone for like 2 hours and I look and I'm like, that's fire. Like that joke was fire. And I just start and I'll be honest, I might not give anybody really credit. I might be telling them a lot. Maybe I need to start passing your credit out. Your jokes. I might be like, hey, I'm giving you credit, but I might not always remember. So I need to start. I definitely do down here. I told John, I was like, these are your jokes, but you got to share this one. So what is it?
What did the duck say when he bought chopstick?
I don't know.
You can put it on my bill.
It's so good. And then what is the one your sister say? You gotta say.
My sister pulled one out of left field yesterday. She doesn't usually do that.
And ML Rose.
Yeah, and she goes, what happens if you get parsley in your eye? You become parsley blind.
That's such a fire joke. I love that joke.
Love that one. I wrote that one down like immediately. I had one that actually I started texting them to myself,
that's
so I won't forget them. Ones I feel like I'll forget. Sometimes they're just too detailed. But what's Peter Pan's favorite restaurant?
I don't know.
Wendy's.
Wow.
I mean, because Wendy from Peter Pan.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Embarrassing. Okay, I was like, why? I'm like picturing Peter Pan and like Hook pulling up in his ship. Let me get to 4 for 4. Like, okay, Wendy. Yeah, my bad. Okay.
That's okay.
I like that. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. I mean, there's a lot of good little jokes out there. I mean, a lot of my jokes I feel like are pretty vulgar, but I do like a good joke, and I love stand up a lot lately. I've been really getting into stand up comedy. They actually have a new nightclub in Louisville called like the Louisville Comedy Club. Like all comedy clubs have not been able to survive in Louisville. Like Caravan has, they'll like be really amateur. You got the Improv downtown that kind of goes down. So it's been like hit or miss. So it's cool because it's like bringing bigger acts. But I actually went to a comedy show. I can't remember the guy. He supposedly had been on like, you know, when you see like those comedy flyers for a show, it'd be like as seen on Comedy Central, MTV, like, so this guy supposedly been on like FX and MTV and like Comedy Central like in the past. So we go, me and some friends, and it's like literally at a free brewery. It's like some brewery that's like a free spot, and we go up to the front and we're sitting there, and out of nowhere, like the three opening acts are amazing. The one guy even roasted me. The first guy roasted the shit out of me. He just kept going. And he was like, I don't know why though. I don't know why he like number one targeted me. Then number two, a lot of his jokes and comedy was just about of all random things about like just eating booty and doing like crazy. And he kept messing with me, and he was like, look, he's like, you eating booty with that beard boy, and like saying crazy shit to me. And I was like, why am I being targeted right now? Like I'm just having a good time. I'm drinking my beer. And so, but I'm a good sport though. I'm a good sport. I'll take it. Like it does not offend me. So I'm like, he's just roasting me. And then after the end, he comes up like at the end of the whole show, and he whispers in my ear, like, give me a little fist bump, and he's like, hey, I was just fucking with you, man. Like he's like, thanks for being a good sport. So I thought that was cool. Yeah. But so I'm like thinking, I'm like, man, these local acts are great. Like these three we have were like fantastic. And then out of nowhere, we get to the last act. And the last act is the main guy from like MTV, Comedy Central, all this stuff. And out of nowhere, he bombs. And he knows he's bombing. And he's like pulling his shirt a lot. He's perspiring. Everyone's kind of like, people are like walking out. So I don't want to walk out. I'm trying to stay. And he is just not hitting. And to this day, I feel bad because he looked at the crowd and he was like, man, this is real rough. I tried. I'll be back here at the booth selling t-shirts. If anybody wants a shirt, just come on back. They're like $10. Thank you. And everybody's, and it's just like, and what's crazy is one of the local acts. That's gotta suck. It gotta suck. And here's the thing: I'm so nice. Like I can't boo a guy like that. No. I can't be like, "Hey, that's all you said." Like I'm like this. Like, and I'm looking around. I'm like, "Can we get some more claps?" Yeah. And then I'm like, and he like comes over and he's like, "Thank you, thank you." And he's like scurries off to the back. And then out of nowhere, I go to the back, get one more beer. I kind of look at his table, look at his shirt, just like, have a good night. Like I didn't know what to say. I mean, it's bad. Like it was. You
can't be like, that was awesome. You're like,
well, you're expecting the first three to be bombing, not him. And then for him to bomb, I'm like, this is the way.
He was probably like stressed out. He had to follow that.
Mm-hmm. Like, and it was like in a new brewery, like a really nice place. Like they made a little stage for him and all this shit. So, but I mean, I don't know. Some people it's just hit or miss. But I do like. I don't like it, but I do. I think there is some like cringy moments in comedy where you can be at a big show and somebody says something, you're kind of like, you know, like Daniel Taj. Like what was crazy about him
I don't
was
like him anymore. He's so fucking gross.
Yeah,
I think he's so beyond over. He overdoes it.
He overdoes it, and it was like 2000. It's like 2009, 2010ish. He comes to maybe even 08. He comes to Louisville, and I go see him. And this one, his show was like ramping up and stuff like that. And he was just like, I swear to you, the whole show he was trying to land as many controversial points as he did. He just wanted crowd reactions. Like he was talking about like somebody's head getting kicked off Take Kingdom, and he's like talking about. He was talking about like how Rick Pitino was at his table and like all this crazy shit. He's just saying all this wild stuff, and like he was funny. But like I saw Kevin Hart like literally like 2 months later.
Was he
and
funny?
He was funny as shit. Yeah. And the thing about him is like he keeps it going the whole time. And like I even liked his openers. I think one of the best comedians is Patton Oswalt. He's so funny. I don't know if I know him. So he's from King of Queens, that show with Kevin James. But he's he plays Spencer, the little shy guy. He's kind of like hangs out with his father-in-law and stuff. Yeah. So he is hilarious because he has a album called like My Strengths Are My Weaknesses or something like that. And it's an older one. It was like back when we were like in college, and I still listen to it. It is so fucking funny. Like I'm in tears. Like I could listen to it just driving and be dying because the way he delivers it, it's so perfect. Like, and he's just telling stories like realistic that almost like makes you think like, holy shit, like this guy's life is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
that's the kind of comedy I like.
I like Dave Chappelle a lot.
Dave Chappelle's
He's
great.
so funny. But and then
I like Sebastian. That
Key
Italian Key and Peele. Oh, they're great.
They're so funny. I like a lot of like SNL people too, like Kristen Wiig and like Molly Shannon and those people. Like,
oh yeah,
those are some of my favorites.
Saturday Night Live. I'm still a fan of it. Like I still like some of their things, and I even like some of the newer cast members. Like, and Keenan's been on there now for over 20 years.
I know. Oh, which actually they put all that and Nickelodeon or like Nick at Night stuff on live stream now.
Really?
I've watched all that episodes, and I'm like, takes me back. This is all. Yeah. And it's so funny because it's all like, go back and watch it. I'm like, this is like the best. This is really good comedy, and it's like wholesome comedy too. It's not
like Pizza Face, like the guy that had a pizza face, and then like and I just remember so many things from Nickelodeon back when I was a kid, like the orange soda.
You remember Good Burger?
Good Burger. Oh, I watched Good Burger recently.
Home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
That was such a good movie. It had a good storyline. They're like really trying to they really had to save the day. Like they saved the Good Burger, and I don't know. Keenan and Kel were just a good combo. And then like Julio had the intro song. I just remember like I have Nickelodeon on, and you'd see like some commercials, or they'd like show like a random music video of like Britney Spears or Aaron Carter, and then out of nowhere it's like now it's like and then it'd be like back to your regular scheduled program, like and then be like boom, and then pop in and be like oh, and it's that Coolio voice like doo, 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 and it's like Keenan and Kel, and then you're just seeing
and they're like jumping on these trampolines,
dancing.
Like, they have a good opener like that.
A lot of Nickelodeon shows did. I mean, I remember Nickelodeon also. I mean, they were just fire back in the day. They also had the cartoon. They had the Rugrats video game, where you could play mini golf back when I was a kid. And I remember playing that as a family. And like, I'd be like Chucky and against Tommy.
On Nintendo?
On like Sega Genesis and PlayStation, and you just like hit the little golf ball, and you have like the club's bigger than you, and you're the Rugrats and shit. And it was like a Rugrat game.
That's cool.
But you'd find a golf course, like there was a mini putt level, and you just get to play your family and shit. And so like it'd be like playing Mario Kart, but you're as Rugrat characters.
Yeah, I played Mario as a kid, like all of that.
Mario's great as a kid. What's your favorite video game?
Probably Mario. Yeah, I'm not a huge gamer, really.
I'm not really either. Besides, like I play sports games. I don't have a system. I have a Genesis that I just keep in the closet. But I like Madden. I like playing my friends in Madden, but that's about it. Like I'm not. I feel like I have too much time, like things going on, and I get bored, and I'm like, I don't want to get locked in on just playing video games.
I played some of the good ones I have played that like stuck with me was like Red Dead Redemption.
That was fun.
Yeah, it's a really good. Like the graphics in it are it's really just cool to look at, really more than anything. But
you're riding the horse and
and then I played like some of the what are those? The zombies from the I can't even
Walking Dead.
Yeah, well,
kind of like that.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Zombie Ate My Neighbors.
No, it's one of those Call of Duties.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a Call of Duty and has zombies in it, and like that was like I did get into that for a while, but now I'm like I'm over it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
Too much other things to do
now.
Yeah,
no, I like I said, I got into. I definitely had a system, but I always get tempted. I'm like, fuck it, I'll go get one, and then I'm like, nah, I don't know, but. I don't know. I go back and forth with it. It's like sometimes I think about just getting one. And I'll be like, all right, I'll play movies on it, but then I'll maybe play some games. But I don't know. Then I'm like, I don't need this. And then I go back and forth.
That's why I haven't gotten one. And then my sister has the Switch, and I like playing that a lot, but I don't.
Switch is fire. Switch is awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
I don't usually play it alone very often, so.
You're more of like you don't just like queue up the Mario Kart.
No, not usually. I'll play it like at night with my sister and her boyfriend. He's at his house, and so we'll do like a team thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, play Mario Kart at night.
Talking. Yeah, I'd be like.
Sort of, yeah, yeah. Well, she'll like call him on the phone, I'm on speakerphone, and then.
Oh, that'd be dope.
He's playing at his house, and we're playing here together. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, it's an addicting game. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Do you? So besides concerts, besides like. Gaming occasionally, you have this wonderful dog, Stella, which, is 12 years old. So you've been a dog owner since she's a puppy?
Yeah, she's a puppy since she was a baby, like 3 months old, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's some of your best memories with Stella?
Oh, man. when she was younger, she's the best little adventure dog. She can go on hikes, and I mean, she would still go with me now, but she just can't last as long, But she would go on hikes and like long hikes too. I mean, miles long, and go camping. And I think one of our favorite activities to do is like kayaking, like as like a real low flat water, easy kayak that she could, she'll be able to stay on. It's not a lot of rapids or anything, but or like stand up paddleboarding. Take her out on that, and she just sits and chills, and people love her. Like they're all like, "Look at the dog, it's so cute." She's sitting there with her little life jacket on and just chilling.
Oh yeah, she lives the best life. I mean, all weekend I've noticed how she just relaxing, just lays around, just like hello, just like, and let you pick her up, and just like, yeah, she's an awesome dog. I'm a big, like I said, I definitely want to get an animal eventually, but since I lost my cat, I'm still kind of mourning in a way. So, but I think if I get a year under my belt without having one, I'm eventually gonna have to give in, because it's just
totally. I don't think I could go without one.
Yeah, it's too cool. I mean, and it's like you can have the shittiest day and you don't even want to talk to anybody, and you're just like, I just want to go by with my dog.
As long as you have your pet. Yeah. That's what I love about her. She's been like the constant thing in my life for the last 12 years. So she's always there. Yeah. Seen all the seasons and phases, and she's just my little partner in crime.
No, that's awesome. Yeah. And then do you feel like here in Nashville, since you've been living here, do you feel like you've talked about some of the concerts, and I know that we talked about how much there's like food, but is there anything else that you've done down here that you thought was really cool, like just to go do something maybe with your sister or by yourself? Or
I've done some exploring, like to some parks, and my group of friends down here really likes to do things out on the river and like out in the woods. So like hiking and like kayaking, camping. So we've done a couple of those trips this year. We actually went back to East Tennessee and went to the Ocoee and did whitewater rafting, and then paddled the Hiawassee the next day.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that is.
Was the whitewater rafting pretty intense? Was that fun?
It's so much fun, and it was not too long after we got a lot of rain. So the water levels in like the rapids are a
little bit higher and faster.
Oh, yeah, so much fun. I highly recommend. Awesome. Yeah.
I think everybody should go whitewater rafting one time in their life. Yeah. It's a game changer. I mean, you just feel like you're just taking on a whole nother beast. It's just but it's fun. And then I love anything water. Like I love water slides, I love water rides, I like water. I
like swimming a lot. Like that's definitely being in water. It's just so peaceful.
Yeah, and I don't know, the ocean is it's so relaxing, the Gulf. And I remember like down here in Nashville, I used to, when I lived here, I'd take the General Jackson out, the steamboat they used to have by the Opera Mills. I don't know if they do that anymore. And I would take it out and I ride, and like they have drinks, you like dance and like just walk around, and just it was cool. And you come into downtown, and you like circle around the Cumberland, come back. I mean, couldn't go wrong. I mean, it'd be like a summer night like this, and just go out pre-game before.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm here aboard the boat.
Yeah.
You're just stumbling on.
I know. There's lots of cool like spots, like beach spots around here too, like lake beach spots where you go like just post up for the day and like
Percy.
It's kind of that's one. I think a couple friends of mine went to Smith Springs Park. Smith Springs Park.
Yeah, where is that?
It's like right over here. I think off somewhere close to Stewart's Ferry, maybe.
Trying to see. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's close to. It's over
like
by
not far, like 10 minutes from
here. It's
maybe.
like it's on the you go to the left side, I think.
Yeah.
On the other side, yeah.
Yeah, and so we went and like posted up for the day and just like we were supposed to go actually kayaking that day. That was
change your mind.
Well, it just had a morning of events, just one after the other. It was just like, this is fuck this shit. Like we're gonna stay home.
The universe is saying no.
Yeah. So we ended up just staying back, and we were supposed to go kayak the Red River, which I think is like northwest of Nashville, so kind of up towards Clarksville direction. That's somewhere up there. But yeah, we just could not do it. So stayed back, went and posted up at the lake, and just like floated all day, and like
there's nothing better than floating
there. Yeah, and just like drank some White Claws and shit.
Yeah,
Smoked some weed and chilled out. awesome. It was a great day.
Yeah, that's the best.
So I love doing stuff like that.
Smoking weed, relax on the lake, like vibing. It's the best. Yeah. Like I love going to the lake. I went up to Traverse City, Michigan. That's probably like my last lake experience. Unbelievable. Yeah. Water is like clear, beautiful. You're just driving.
What's the temperature of the water like?
Up there was cold.
Yeah,
like it's pretty cold.
It's probably really cold.
And
it probably stays cold. Too.
Like I jumped in one of the frozen, like kind of chilly areas, and I was like, "Woo!" Like it woke me up. Like I felt this whole vibe. Like I'll be honest, my nipples like probably could cut ice, and I'm like into there. My hairs on my arms are like
a little frosty on your beard.
Yeah, and I'm like Jack Nicholson in that one movie where he's like frozen outside. I'm like a fucking igloo. I'm like, hello. And then I get out of the boat, and they're like, we're going to another area. And that area was like a little warmer. It's like more sun, but I still was freezing. I was like in the water, but I still had a blast. Like I was walking, I was like drunk, and there was like different boats. You could like walk to different boats and like hang out and mingle with people. And I just remember I was walking, and I'm having like a blast. I'm drunk, and I'm drinking like margarita out of a bag, and I just trip over a fucking rock, and I just like was like, gotta keep rolling, just rode, and kept going. I was like, I'm wet, I'm laying here. So it just was like, but no, it was a good like experience. Like it was just fun to get out there and like peep up around and just I don't know, just see what it was all like. And the water's where it's at. Yeah. I feel like I need more water in my life.
I'm not big on water sports. Are you?
Not really. Like maybe like riding a inner tube. That's maybe
they just give me too much of a headache now because I've had so many experiences. Like I grew up with a boat and jet skis and stuff, and like on the lake. And I don't know. I did like kneeboarding and skiing, and I tried wakeboarding, and my last experience of wakeboarding wasn't that long ago, and I felt like I pulled my shoulders out. I couldn't get up off the hang of it. So other experiences though, like fall and face first, and like that water slaps your face so hard it gives me an immediate headache. So
it's not worth it.
I'm too old now for it. Yeah, it's not worth it to do it anymore.
Well, that's why I'm like really glad the way I guess life has transpired for me. Like I have no regrets on like doing a lot of the stuff where I could probably got hurt back in the day, like riding jet skis crazy, doing like jet skis are fine, but I'm saying like I was like doing ramps, doing crazy shit. And it's at the end of the day, I'm like, I look back and I'm like, I'm just thankful I didn't get as hurt as I did. I did some crazy fucking shit. But I'm also glad though, like I know now like what my body can handle and what it can't. So it's like I'm still down to take a risk or two every once in a while because it's like fuck it. But also I'm like, I'm not doing that and be in pain for like 5 days. Yeah. Like
I want to go skydiving.
Oh really?
I haven't been skydiving, have you?
No, that'd be
That's
wild.
That's one thing I want to do.
Just jump out.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Practical Joker skydiving episode?
Probably. I don't know. I'll have to watch it again.
Murr is afraid of heights and he gets punished to skydive.
Oh god. Yeah. That sounds awful actually.
And so I was doing this flip thing at on a trampoline. It was like a skydiving trampoline place thingy. And all my friends were doing this flips,
like indoor stuff,
like indoor thing. Like, we had like this. It was this crazy place. It was like in an industrial area in J-Town back in Louisville. It's like closed down, like closed before COVID. And you could jump and do flips. Had like trampolines everywhere. Had like a thing where you could like float. It had like rings where you throw dodgeball. Like it had all this kind of shit. And I can't even think of the name of it. And AJ, he's an avid listener to the show. Shout out to AJ. He could probably tell me what the place was called, but him and his brother are doing these crazy flips off this shit, and I'm like, I could do that. I do a crazy flip, and I just fucking land the wrong way, and I'm like, blah blah. Like I feel like I broke my neck. I'm like laying there. I'm like, I need to be carted off, and like I go and like jump in a foam pit, and I'm like, okay, I still got it, but I'm still hurting, and I'm like, I'm done. I'll wait for y'all. Yeah. I'll wait for y'all when you're done. So
I've gone to a trampoline park and done one of those. I'm like, what is it, American Warrior or whatever, that
the track and the path.
Yeah, like done some like a similar kind of like course like that. I was like, oh my god, I need to step up my game in the gym because I cannot go do monkey bars anymore.
Yeah,
like my grip on the stuff's hard.
It is. And I went talking about skydiving inside. I was driving in Atlanta and there was a place called like I think I Fly, like a little lowercase I, and it looked like you could skydive indoors or something like that. But yeah, this place though was kind of like cool. It had all these trampolines and these courses and this, you could float and you could jump in foam pits and like jump off like not only like planks but jump off like a vert kind of deal into stuff. Like I mean, and I just I'm like having too much fun, and then I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I'm really about to break something. Like if I land wrong one more time, I'm gonna hit a phone block and just be done. So, but I like phone blocks. Like I thought those were always cool.
Yeah.
Like Rob Dyrdek had Fancy Factory. I always wanted to go there.
Oh my god, I know. That actually, I could go do that.
That was one of my favorite shows in the world.
Yeah,
like it literally was one of the best.
I think he still has it though, or not, or he still has his
he's got
like his comedy, his like
ridiculousness.
Yeah.
I know he's still doing like his brand. He's married now, like kids, and he's doing pretty well. And he took off for the skateboarding thing. But his shows were so good. Robin Big, and the songs, like
I forgot about that show.
Well, people don't realize how good the songs were from Fancy Factory and like Robin Big. Like Robin Big had he had that alter ego, Bobby Light, and he'd be like, Bobby Light, and then baby, and he would always be singing that song. It was so funny. And then when he got to Fancy Factory, he dropped that one song. So him and John Mayer went out to the club and they got caught in TMZ, and Rob's mom's real strict, and she was just like, I'm so disappointed. All my friends at work saw you on TMZ. Like Rob's like drunk being pulled out of the club. No. So he makes a song with John Mayer to his mom. It's a banger. It's like, really? Yeah, it's like a really good song, and it is so funny. He's like, I'm sorry, mom. Like he just singing to her, and like Rob's on it. Like him and John are just breaking down vocals. Like it's really good. And Rob's mom's like, thank you. Like she's like, y'all are fucking stupid. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, Robin Big, definitely TV goat, right? Rest in peace to Rob, or Black. He passed away. He was always a funny legend.
Yeah, he was. He was definitely a good part of the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Hannah, I want to thank you for being on the show. I want to thank you for being on the podcast. I had a blast this weekend, and it's always fun hearing about people's different music, things you like, enjoy. I thought it'd be a fun vibe. Yeah, so
thanks for having me. I had a fun time.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to reach out to you, like on Instagram, how can they reach out to you?
It's all lowercase, everything's _Hall_right.
Okay.
Everything's Hall right.
So reach out to Hannah if you have any questions, want to say hi. I reach out to vibe1sleazy@gmail.com, vibe1sleazy the podcast on Facebook, Instagram. I will have this episode uploaded tomorrow. Please keep downloading, keep listening. Season 3 has really taken off so far. The page episodes are always really popular, and then the fantasy football episode, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and getting their picks in and learn about some football. But this episode was a blast, coming live from Nashville, Tennessee. This is also Vibe with Sleazy first with the outside recording, so I kind of like the birds chirping and the nice breeze. So everybody, thank you for listening, and we are out. Peace.